Okay, yeah, so I'm Karen Peach. I'm with Coldwell Banker. I have an amazing company that wants to just really take care of their clients every step of the way. As a buyer's experience, things are just going to change a little bit, but I'm going to make it super comfortable for you. So the whole NAR settlement, basically, sellers were quote unquote not told that they had to pay a buyer's agent. They thought they were just paying their selling agent. So they're like, well, this isn't cool. What am I going to do about this? So we're going to start a huge lawsuit worth hundreds of millions of dollars, like super crazy. So now when you work with us, you have to sign a buyer's agent agreement. There's three types of agreements. Basically, you can exclusively work with me. You can work with me for just a particular property, or it can be a non-exclusive relationship.
Gotcha. So if like, let's say I'm a buyer, is it okay? Like, because I want to protect my clients. And so like, I think about that and I'm like, okay, you're one of my realtor partners. Can my client now, like if I get them pre-approved, can they just jump in the car now and go looking for houses with you?
Yes. So before you jump in my car, we're going to sign that buyer broker agreement, just telling us you want to work with me, you want to work with me on this property, whatever, so that we're super clear on what your expectations are moving forward.
Do you think most agents are going to want to do a non-exclusive one? Like if you're a buyer's agent, like what's your take on it? Like, do you think that buyer's agents are going to even want to be doing that now that it's so complicated to help people find a home?
I would rather work with someone exclusively, but I'm willing to help anyone find their dream home. So whatever it takes,
Right.
that's what I'm going to
I
do.
see what you mean. Yeah. And then so is there going to be an agreement? You mentioned one that there's another version. So if I just said, this is the one house that I like you, Karen, but this is the only one I want to go for, you're saying that there can be an agreement for one home in particular also?
Yes, correct. So if say you went to an open house on your own, I don't know Karen Peach from Joe Schmo, then I can call Karen and be like, hey, I want to sign an agreement just for this property particularly, and we'll write up an offer with that in hand.
And so now the last thing I want to say is like the money. Like, so are you saying, and this has always been the case, but are you saying now that it's your compensation has to be negotiated all the way until the point that the offer is accepted? The seller can be negotiating on your compensation, essentially. Is that possible?
Yes. So when you sign your listing agreement with your seller, it'll put on there, I want to put, give 2.5% to the buyer's agent, or I'm not going to put anything. Technically, this amount can be negotiated all the way through the contract. So when a buyer comes to write an offer, they could have a different amount on there than what you've agreed. So there's a lot of negotiations that are going to happen, and it's super important with who you work with to make sure you're protected in that.
Well, thanks so much. I mean, that was awesome. I learned a lot, and thanks, Karen.
Great.
Talk to you soon.